I just did a mic check for a lavalier mic, and now I think I want to do an analysis of the cover image that I chose. The story of the Patron cover image. I was in the midst of constructing an elaborate image that was full, it was fraught with iconic historic imagery. It was full of allusions, and it would have demanded a lot of interaction from someone. And it was taking a lot of time because I can't draw. And so I was, it just was hard and not good. And for it to be good enough for me to show to the public, to convey what I wanted it to, was probably going to keep me from starting the Patron. And I need the project started because I need the structure, and I look forward to the collaboration. So, oh yeah. Also, I realized why the fuck would I show a picture that would give the impression that I might be able to draw, when I want to be honest that I am just beginning that process. I needed something to more accurately reflect where I am right now on this journey. And so, regardless of the value of best foot forward practices, what I did instead was I looked around at my what's the word for sketchbook. It's an easy word. It was sketchbook. And I'm starting to have trouble talking. Okay. Nothing in any way was overtaxing to my thought process there, but I could feel my central nervous system starting to freak out, fight or flight, because of some cognitive overtaxing. I don't know what I should do is stop right now. I'm starting to yawn. I should stop talking and try this later. But I'm going to power through it. Ah, you're so dumb, Wendy. All right. I'm going to just rest while I'm recording. I'm closing my eyes. Maybe you can too. Okay, I've opened my eyes. I was talking about analyzing. Shit, it's not okay yet. In analyzing my cover art, I chose a page from my sketchbook. It specifically is a page where I started to experiment with a set of watercolor pencils. I have 12 colors, and before I knew what to do with them, I started to use them and see what happened when you apply water in different ways. And it's interesting. And if we get to anything deep or profound in this recording, it will be unconscious. It will come through because I'm barely able to think right now. I'm not able to articulate anything consciously that will be profound. I'm aggressively yawning and gasping for breath. All right. I don't want to repeat myself. I think I might be trying to start over and over again. So I'm just going to keep skipping forward and hope this makes sense. Wow. All right. I didn't want to show the whole sketchbook page. I also knew that the constraint of the Patron aspect ratio, the cover photo, is very short and wide. So I focused in on one area, and what I was doing in that area was tracing an impression around a stain left, which metaphorically I want to convey is similar to the project that I'm engaged in. There are inaccurate, loosely formed impressions left. I don't know if I can say in our psyche, but I'll say in mine. Whether or not they ever had high fidelity is up to hundreds of years of debate. But God, I can't wait to hear this. I wonder if my yawning will sound like creepy heavy breathing. I hope so. All right, this is... My patrons will have infinite patience or not exist. I was talking about drawing impressions. No. Tracing. I don't fucking remember what I said already. I'm constructing or tracing an outline of an impression I get from these smudges and traces left of these washes of color, these stains. I like the potential for that. There's not a lot of control there. I can't set out with the depiction of a scene in mind necessarily to react to what a stain ends up doing, because until I am a great watercolor artist, I can't control the water and what it does. And so again, this lack of control, this line art, tracing, bringing into vision what I can see, like maybe what one might do with a colored pencil around a black and white Rorschach test. You draw to make more legible, more articulated what you get from the ink blot, which is going to reveal a lot, intentionally or not, about what's going on in the psyche. I don't know if my style is going to follow this as I learn. As I learn techniques, I think possibilities are going to become closed off to me, because that's what happens with specialization. You lose touch with or sight of what can be done if it can no longer be seen, if it's been foreclosed. But for right now, the idea of black ink line art in response to paint stains is intriguing to me. I chose the area of the paper that I did, which you'll be able to see from a picture of the larger, more accurate image. I chose something that just seemed to stretch more horizontally. That might fill up the shape of the Patron prescribed cover image. And I went to a list of quotes that I'd saved about monsters or the monstrous, and I needed to find a short one. And there were a few short ones, but the one that leapt out at me was by Werner Herzog, because I love that fucker. And he straddles the line in adding fiction narrative to documentary and vice versa. I didn't even think about that when I chose him, but that is one reason I love him. But also his quote broke into two parts, and I was going to put it in one area in the upper left-hand corner, but then I decided to split it. And when I did, and put it where it seemed to make the most sense in the white spaces, it ended up looking like cartoon dialogue, with the one part asking a question and the other part being answered by something else in the page. And only then did I notice that the bottom end of the page was ocean-like. I'm not kidding. I'm going to say it wasn't a mistake. I'm going to say that our unconscious knows how to put things together better than we do. And if we're lucky, we can figure out what it was up to by paying some attention and engaging a little bit. We think things are happenstance or coincidence. But instead, I think that we're only able to take in and be conscious of only so much information, just like our vision is limited, just like our hearing range is limited. But it's different in that the unconscious is able to take in everything, and it is deciding what to do with what it's observed. I won't go any further with explanation of what's said in the quote and what's found in the picture that my unconscious put together. But I hope you might think more about it. What's here? What's put together? What did I do without knowing I was doing it? And why would that feel appropriate to be the priming image for this endeavor? I feel like I need to lay down.